Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the wisdom of Stoicism and uncovering the 5 things Stoics want you to stop doing as soon as possible. The ancient Stoics, from Marcus Aurelius to Seneca, dedicated their lives to understanding and mastering the human condition. They left behind a treasure trove of wisdom, timeless advice that cuts through the noise and helps us focus on what truly matters. In a world of distractions and anxieties, their teachings offer a path to resilience, inner peace, and fulfillment. Let's get started. Life isn't always fair. It throws curveballs, presents obstacles, and sometimes just plain disappoints. The Stoics understood this as well as anyone, but they also knew that dwelling on the negative, on the things we can't control, is a recipe for misery. Think about it. Have you ever met a happy complainer? Someone who constantly bemoans their fate, yet seems genuinely content? Complaining keeps us stuck. It's a form of mental resistance to what is, and that resistance drains our energy and steals our joy. The Stoics urge us to take a different approach. Instead of complaining, focus your energy on what you can control. Can you change the situation? Then take action. If not, accept it, adapt, and move forward. Remember, every obstacle presents an opportunity for growth. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." So, the next time you find yourself tempted to complain, ask yourself, is this helpful? Is this within my control? If the answer is no, shift your focus, embrace the challenge, and keep moving forward. Worry. It's the ultimate thief of joy, robbing us of the present moment by fixating on an uncertain future. The Stoics knew this well. They understood that much of life is beyond our direct control. We can't control the weather, the traffic, or the actions of others, yet we often torment ourselves with anxieties about these very things. We play out endless scenarios in our minds, most of which will never come to pass. This is not living. It's merely existing in a state of perpetual unease. The Stoic antidote to worry is simple, though not always easy. Focus on what is within your control. You can control your thoughts, your reactions, your choices. You can choose to approach challenges with courage and wisdom rather than fear and anxiety. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, famously said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." This doesn't mean becoming passive or indifferent. It means recognizing the futility of worry and choosing to direct your energy towards what you can influence. Focus on your actions, your efforts, your character. These are the things that truly matter, the things that ultimately shape your destiny. Let go of the need to control the uncontrollable, and you'll find a newfound sense of peace and freedom. In the age of social media, it's easier than ever to fall into the comparison trap. We are constantly connected, constantly exposed to the lives of others, and it can be overwhelming. We scroll through curated feeds, bombarded with images of seemingly perfect lives, and we can't help but measure ourselves against these unrealistic standards. These snapshots of perfection can make us feel inadequate, as if we are not living up to some invisible benchmark. The Stoics would have recognized this as a recipe for unhappiness. They believed that true contentment comes from within, not from external comparisons. They understood that comparison is the thief of joy, a surefire way to erode our self-esteem and steal our contentment. When we compare ourselves to others, we lose sight of our own unique journey and the progress we have made. Why? Because there will always be someone stronger, wealthier, or more successful. This endless cycle of comparison can leave us feeling perpetually dissatisfied. The Stoic approach is to focus on your own journey, on your own progress. By concentrating on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot, you can find peace and satisfaction in your own efforts. Instead of comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 20, focus on writing the best chapter 2 you can. Your journey is unique, and it unfolds at its own pace. Embrace your unique strengths and talents. Recognize that you have something special to offer that no one else can. Celebrate your own victories, no matter how small they may seem. Each step forward is a step in the right direction, and each achievement is a testament to your hard work and dedication. Remember, life is not a competition. It's a personal journey, and the only person you need to compete with is yourself. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth. Each day is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become a better version of yourself, and the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Strive to make small improvements each day, and over time these small changes will lead to significant growth. Strive to be a little bit better, a little bit wiser, a little bit kinder each day. These incremental changes can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. That's how you achieve true fulfillment, not by chasing after external validation, but by pursuing your own personal excellence. True happiness comes from within, from knowing that you are doing your best. As Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Embrace the journey of self-improvement, even if it means making mistakes along the way. Focus on your own lane, run your own race, and you'll find that true happiness lies in the pursuit of your own potential. By staying true to yourself and your path, you can achieve a sense of fulfillment that no external comparison can provide. We live in a world obsessed with external validation. Likes, followers, accolades. These things have become the currency of self-worth. We measure our value by the number of likes on a post or the followers we have on social media. This constant need for approval can be exhausting and ultimately unfulfilling. But the Stoics would caution us against this pursuit. They believe that true happiness and contentment come from within, not from the fleeting opinions of others. Why? Because true peace of mind can never be found in the opinions of others. The Stoics taught that external validation is unreliable and transient. When we rely on external validation, we give away our power. We allow others to dictate our self-worth and happiness. We become slaves to the whims and judgments of others, constantly seeking their approval and fearing their disapproval. This can lead to anxiety, stress, and a constant feeling of inadequacy. This creates a fragile sense of self-worth, one that can be shattered by a single negative comment or a dip in popularity. Our self-esteem becomes a roller coaster, rising and falling with the opinions of others. The Stoics teach us to cultivate inner validation, to find our worth and value from within. This means developing a strong sense of self that is not dependent on external factors. This means living in accordance with our values, pursuing our own definition of success, and finding contentment in our own accomplishments, regardless of external recognition. It's about setting personal goals and achieving them for our own satisfaction. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know you and none of them love you. This wisdom reminds us that the opinions of others are often superficial and not a true reflection of our worth. Seek approval from within, from the person you know yourself to be. Trust in your own judgment and values, live authentically, act with integrity, and let your actions speak for themselves. When you live true to yourself, you no longer need the validation of others. True confidence and self-worth come from knowing that you are living in alignment with your values, not from the fleeting approval of others. This inner strength is unshakable. Free yourself from the need for external validation, and you'll find a deep and lasting sense of inner peace. Embrace the journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance. We all do it. We put off tasks, we delay decisions, we find ways to avoid what needs to be done. We tell ourselves we'll start tomorrow, that we'll have more time or energy then. Procrastination is the art of making excuses, of convincing ourselves that later is better. It's about finding reasons to avoid the present moment, to escape the now. But the Stoics would argue that the present moment is all we truly have. They believed in the power of now. Every moment we waste procrastinating is a moment lost forever, a moment that slips through our fingers like sand. It's a moment we could have spent pursuing our goals, nurturing our relationships, or creating memories, or simply enjoying the beauty of being alive, the simple pleasures that make life worth living. The Stoics believed in living each day as if it were our last, embracing the present with full awareness, not in a morbid sense, but as a reminder to make the most of the time we have, to seize the day. They understood that action is the antidote to procrastination, that doing something, anything, is better than doing nothing. The moment we take that first step, no matter how small, we begin to break the cycle of inaction. We start to build momentum, and with each subsequent step, we move closer to our goals. So, what are you waiting for? What is holding you back from taking that first step? What dream have you been putting off? What goal have you been too afraid to pursue? Start today. Take that first step, no matter how small. Write that first page, make that first phone call, take that first step outside your comfort zone. Remember, as Seneca wisely said, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. End the cycle of procrastination and embrace the power of now. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve when you stop putting things off and start taking action. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today and see where it leads you. Embrace the present, take action, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined. End the cycle of procrastination and embrace the power of now. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve when you stop putting things off and start taking action. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights on living a Stoic life. Remember, the Stoic path is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, consistent choices each day to align yourself with wisdom and virtue. It's about facing challenges with courage, accepting what you can't control, and focusing on what truly matters most. Start incorporating these principles into your own life, and you'll begin to experience the transformative power of Stoicism. See you next time.